We've got several things to look at here. A big mistake is one of them, which includes a new image, some new footage, and finally a possible spoiler coming from a kids commercial. And no, I'm not talking about Ultraman or that big white snow monster looking thing. I'm talking about something else. So let's get started with the big mistake. This image right here, and no, the image itself is not a big mistake. Let's take a look at it, guys. This looks regal. It looks amazing, and it is exactly what we should have been shown instead of that weird putting on the boots photo originally when we first got to look at the actual suit. Not only that, that was a battle damage suit, and that's where the big bagginess comment that I have that problem. That's why it's so strong, is because the first image we got, he's got this awkward pose where his arms are pulled together. You can see all the little wrinkles and the lines. The suit is battle damaged. The colors are muted. It was not what we were expecting. This image here, if this was the first one we were shown, I don't think that bagginess complaint would have been nearly as strong, because honestly, you can't even really tell it looks baggy. I can see the lines more, I don't know what you call them, streamlines, New 52 lines, I don't know. But you can really see those things, and they look really good. Like, I think it looks really good. I'm not even a big fan of the New 52 suit. I don't like that collar. I don't like all the lines, but it looks pretty sharp. And the fact that he's in front of that huge fortress door, I don't know, there's something about it. He looks powerful. He looks regal. He looks Christopher Reeve and Henry Cavill all mixed into one. It's very, very cool. Why they didn't show that first, I have no idea. But the second thing we're going to look at is some new footage. Now, I'm going to warn you, this new footage is kind of grainy because we're looking at a billboard over in London, and it was promoting the new trailer, and weirdly enough, they put a shot in there that's not in the new trailer at all. So let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick right now. And I think you might be... Let's just look at it. Okay. So I personally think this looks pretty cool. I think, it's pretty neat looking. I do think it's really hard to tell much, but we see that kind of flight style in, what's his name? Adam Warlock? I'm not a big Marvel guy, as you can tell, in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. And, he's kind of coming around. I like the camera changing because it gives you the sense that he's actually flying. They did some of that with Supergirl, too, I think, in The Flash. But it's a pretty cool little promo. It's some neat footage. It kind of makes me realize that we might have some Christopher Reeve type moments where he's just flying around in the sky. I do wish he put his hands forward a little bit, at least one arm once here, pulled him back, moved a little bit. I don't like it when people just fly with their arms to their sides constantly, when that's all they're doing. For some reason, people think it's hokey for Superman to stick his arms out. I don't know why. Maybe they think it's because his hands control where he's going. I don't really know. But for whatever reason, that's what he chose for that shot. Hopefully that's the only shot he's doing that prolonged like that. But Brandon Routh did it in Superman Returns. It's all over the place. So I'm not complaining about it. It's a pretty cool looking shot. Now, the final thing I want to talk about is a possible spoiler from the Superman toy commercial for kids. First of all, they're kind of going retro. That toy commercial reminds me a lot when I was a kid. Let's check it out first, then I'll talk to you about what this possible mild spoiler is.
Movie. Watch out! A giant kaiju monster is destroying the city.
I like that the kids will get to play with the kaiju. Not nearly as big as he is in the movie. Maybe they'll have a bigger version. Look at that. You see that? See that slime, which, by the way, seems like a ton of fun. I am wondering if in the movie that kaiju, if he gets blown up like that. See, Superman punches his jaw and the slime comes out. I am wondering if that is going to be what happens in the movie. Usually they do stuff like this, and it does. Not always. But if it does, do you really think Superman is going to, that would be like a kill kind of move? I don't know. I don't know if that's something they would have him do in this movie. I feel like maybe if that actually happens, it'll be the Justice League that does it. But I don't know. But that's kind of interesting that this big giant kaiju monster could possibly actually get killed and like bleed all over the city with this weird slime. Or it could be that they couldn't figure out how to make it come out of his mouth like throw up, so they did this instead. I don't really know. I know in James Gunn with Guardians of the Galaxy, he had them beating up, I don't even know the name of it, but Drax got in there and scissors it away out. But, he's not opposed to doing gross stuff like that with alien blood and stuff. So it's very possible that that is exactly what is in the movie. Let me know if you guys find out any more spoilers or different things that you've seen in places that maybe I've missed. Don't forget, this is a brand new Superman channel. All I talk about is Superman. So make sure and like and subscribe. And don't forget to watch that video right there.